She's inverting her body, getting her head up, chewing on the bit a little bit. All those things because she has not been asked to carry her body correctly, regularly. So she hasn't developed those muscles. A lot of people look at what they see with what she's doing and automatically think, oh, she's hurting someplace, needs her teeth done, needs back is sore, hocks are sore. It's not the case. All that, a horse can be sore in those places, but that's not what's going on with this horse, and that's not what is going on with most horses when you're asking them to do something that they're not familiar with or not in physical condition to do.
Every Thursday at 9 o'clock Central Time, I do a live training video. After that is over, I'll take the audio from that and upload it as a podcast on Spotify. So if you're driving and you want to hear the topic of what we're talking about on that Thursday, and hear the questions, because I take a lot of live questions, live training questions, and talk about those. So if you want to try that on Spotify, that's Tim Anderson Horse Training on Spotify.
I want to talk about fitness. I just did a video talking about mental fitness and how mental fitness encourages your horse to want to try harder. I'm going to talk about physical fitness. It's all two sides of the same coin. Your horse has to be physically fit, has to be mentally fit. So I rode her a pretty good bit last several days. This is Mariah. She had only been ridden a couple of times a month for the last few years, so she is not physically fit at all. She's not mentally fit at all. So I'm working on her mental fitness, her mental desire to do what I'm asking her to do. But I also need to work on her physical fitness. There's a saying that, keep going, trot builds muscle and lope builds wind. And when you're working on physical fitness, like I am doing a lot with her, I do a lot of trotting. I'll do some loping, but it's mostly at a trot. And in the process, I am working on getting her to move forward, soften her body, a little bit of leg there, take a hold of her face, ask her to use her body correctly. When I'm asking any horse to get physically fit, you want them to get physically fit with their muscles in the correct places, to carry their bodies correctly. Rounded in the back, soft in the face, soft in the pole. Right there, when she gets round, her trot gets way, way nicer than when she has her head up. Way different. So I want her to get physically fit, develop muscles that makes it easy for her to get her body in that position. If I don't ever ask for the body to get in that position, then the muscles are going to develop with her carrying herself whatever way she's carrying herself. And that is going to be counterproductive to everything that she's going to do going forward in the future. She has had some really good training in her past. She knows what I'm asking for. That's why I have her in a leverage bit. She knows how to move off of my legs. She knows how to round her back. If you are working with a horse that doesn't know, then you need to back up and watch some of my bend counter bend videos. What I'm doing with her is very soft, very subtle. A little bit of left leg, both legs, right leg. And it just touches with the leg, sometimes with the spur, sometimes with the calf, left leg, left spur. Right there she lost her bend, so I pushed with the spur. What I'm wanting to develop is I want to develop a horse that is soft to my legs, rounds their back out, and travels forward with their hind end engaged. I'm going to ask with as soft of contact as I can get away with but as much contact is necessary to make it happen. I'm not going to ask with spur first. I'll ask with spur if I don't get it off of a soft leg contact first, a soft leg squeeze. A lot of people are under the impression that if you ride with spurs, you're going to dull your horse to your leg. And if you ride incorrectly with spurs, that is true. But your spurs should be part of your tell and your demand when you ask the horse to do something. I'm asking her to trot forward with my seat. My body's moving forward with her, and I'll use little touches with my calves and my spurs as necessary. Right there, she just put her head down because I squeezed pretty firm with both spurs. She knows what that means, and she's getting her body around. She's inverting her body, getting her head up, chewing on the bit a little bit. All those things because she has not been asked to carry her body correctly, regularly. So she hasn't developed those muscles. A lot of people look at what they see with what she's doing and automatically think, oh, she's hurting someplace. Needs her teeth done, needs back is sore, hocks are sore. It's not the case. All that, a horse can be sore in those places, but that's not what's going on with this horse. And that's not what is going on with most horses when you're asking them to do something that they're not familiar with or not in physical condition to do. You don't ever want to work a horse that is sore, but you also don't want to make the problem out to be sore when it's actually something else. This horse is doing the things that she's doing because she's just unfit. And if you stop and don't work through the unfitness to get her fit, you'll never get her that way. I had a horse in a couple of years ago from somebody locally, and I rode her a couple times, and she was doing similar things. And the owner came, saw what she was doing, and set up a vet appointment for the vet to come look. And the vet said, yeah, she's out of shape. In fact, that horse was pretty overweight too, and out of shape, and keep working her. That it's no different than when we start exercising, start working out. That's where that horse was. The owner didn't like what the vet said, so she brought her home, and horse has been standing out in the pasture ever since. Nothing done with her. All because the owner doesn't want to work through getting fit. If you start exercising, you decide you're going to get in shape, you're going to go to the gym, you're going to run, whatever you're going to do, you're going to go through a phase where that's hard. You're probably going to be sore. Your legs will be sore. Your arms will be sore. Whatever you're doing at the gym, you're going to go through that phase. And that's no different for a horse. A horse is going to go through the exact same phase. And as you work through whatever you're doing, your body is going to change shapes. You'll be better fit in your body, less fat, more muscle, and your body composition will change. It's the exact same way with the horse. As she gets better fit, her body composition has changed. The fat is going to be replaced by muscle. And I want that muscle to be in a position on her body so that she can do the job that she's going to go do. With her, I think it's going to be some trail riding, maybe a little bit of ranch shows. And whatever you're going to do with your horse, you need your horse fit to do that thing. Expect that you're going to have to work through a horse that if your horse is not fit, he's going to kind of complain a little bit. Do some of the things that Mariah's doing here. It's all normal for a horse that's working on getting fit. Some horses will actually be worse. Some horses won't complain as much. She's actually not really complaining much at all. I've got quite a few rides on her. She knows what to expect. And it's starting to get to the point with her where it's really not that big of a deal. It feels like work, but it's not a big deal. She knows that I'm not going to ask her to do anything that's above her ability of doing. It's not really going to be that hard. And in the end, when she feels better, she's going to act, it's going to show. Horses that are fit act different than horses that are not fit. I see that all the time. The show horses here that are ridden regular and are fit, they have a totally different mentality than an unfit horse. All of them do. I think it helps their confidence. It helps their confidence just in general. It helps their confidence in their rider. It helps their confidence out in the pasture. It does something to them where I really think they feel good about themselves. And so many issues with your horse will go away when you accomplish that physical fitness, and in the process, that mental fitness comes. And this is Mariah. Until next time, thank you for watching.
This is the time of the year to send your performance horse to me for training, whether that's versatility ranch horse, reining, working cow horse, or ranch riding. Or if you have a horse that's going to go into a different discipline, but you want that type of handle put on them, this is the time of year to get those sent to me. So if you're interested in that, send me a message or an email at rideslide@hotmail.com, and I'll be happy to talk to you about it.